guys, I'll tell you about an interesting hand I played in the 10K. It's the first day, first level, so blinds are 100, 200 with 25 ante, and I have 45K. We start with 50K, so I lost the small pot, so now I have 45K, which is more than 200 blinds. I opened pocket tens under the gun. Steve Oldwire calls under the gun +1. It folds around to the big blind, who is a recreational player, and calls too. So we go through 8 to the flop, and it's 9, 8, 7 with 2 spades. I have the 10 of spades, so I have an overpair, open-ender, and backdoor flush draw. Big blind checks. I decided to check my entire range here. I think Steve's range is going to be super tight to call in these positions, and so I think in theory I shouldn't have a c-betting range out of position versus him. But I actually think that was a mistake here. I think tens should probably c-bet in this spot. I can get Steve to fold hands like ace king, ace queen, king queen suited, and then I isolate myself with the recreational player who's gonna call too wide of a range in the big blind. So I think I should have c-bet, but at the time I decided to check, and Steve bets 2/3 pot, which was like 1400. The big blind folds, I call. The turn is a blank, like a deuce. I check. Steve bets 3K now, which was again 2/3 pot. I call. The river is an offset ace, and I check. And now he bets 7K, and I have about 40K behind. So I thought this would be one of my best bluffing combos. I block Jack 10 suited, which is the nuts. And I know I can have Jack 10 suited every time this way, as I would just check my entire range on the flop. And I can also have aces, which he can't have. So I decided I would turn this hand into a bluff sometimes. But one thing about live poker is that given you have so much time, you can actually think about the spot perfectly, especially in a spot with such narrow ranges. It's kind of easy to actually solve for the spot. So at the time I actually forgot about pocket aces and only thought about Jack 10 suited, which are 4 combinations. So he would be getting close to 2-1 on his call, and if I'm bluffing, if I have 4 combinations of value, I should have about 2 combinations of bluffs to get a 2-1 value to bluff ratio with the odds he would be getting. So pocket tens are 6 combinations, and I decided I'd bluff 1/3 of the time, which would be 2 combinations. So I decided I'd look at the tournament clock, and if it was from 1 second to 20 seconds, I would go for it, and if it was from 21 to 59, I would fold to give me a 33% frequency on my bluff. And I looked at the clock, and it was at 26 seconds. And being honest, I'm happy that the clock decided I should fold here, because we were like 20 minutes into the day, and this was like my first 10K ever, except for a WSOP main. So I didn't want to shove my entire stack in 20 minutes of the tournament against a very strong range versus a very strong player. So I was happy that the clock didn't let me go with my play. And I asked the guys later, and they all thought it was a spot that I should actually exploitatively have no bluffs, because it's too easy for him to expect me to be over bluffing when I represent such a narrow range here, and when it's so easy to bluff hands like tens, jacks, 10-9 suited type stuff, and it is kind of easy. I could have thought the same thing with 10-9 suited or the same thing with jacks, and so instead of 2 combos I would have like each combo for each of these hands, and might be over bluffing in the spot. So I'm glad I didn't go through with it, thanks to the tournament clock, and that was that.
Day 2, 10K, the big one at 170, the big blind's going to be 2K. It's a pretty nice stack going into day 2. Super amazing tournament, loving life. Trip is almost over. It's Saturday, the flight is leaving on Monday, so I'm guessing this is going to be probably my last tournament I'll play here. So yeah, gonna try to do my best.
second day of the 10K now. I have 115K chips, so that's like almost 60 blinds. So very excited about that, and yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Which means we have 4 of the money. At this point, every table is going to play 2 hands only, and dealers and players, if you have an all-in and a call, please freeze the action. Players, for your information, during that process, the clock will be stopped, and every hand will be considered as 2 minutes long. So once we complete 2 hands on all tables, we're going to reduce the clock by 4 minutes. Highroller dealers do 2 more hands. Let's do 1 more hand, please. Dealers and Highroller do 1 more hand before the dinner.
Remaining, which means we are on the pure bubble. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause the clock and we're going to break 1 table, and then we're going to continue on hand for hand.
Alright guys, day 2 of the 10K just ended. The big 10K got over 500 runners. Was lucky enough to make the day 3 with 750K, which is gonna be like slightly under 40 big blinds tomorrow. Had a pretty kind of like ups and downs kind of like day. I think I got like relatively early up to 350K. Then I went down to 150K, and the bubble, ITM bubble, was pretty painful. I had between 15 and 25 big blinds, the whole bubble, which is like super awkward stack size to play. But yeah, we made it and got a couple double ups relatively early. With just double up a couple of times. Sorry, I don't know. I got a flu a couple of days ago, and today was just pretty painful day to play. I don't know. I think I've been in Barcelona 5 times, and every single time at some point I get myself sick. Nothing like super dramatic, just cough and yeah, just small flu, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna continue playing tomorrow. It's 2 a.m. I'm super exhausted, so I'm gonna get some sleep, and maybe I'm gonna fill you in with some hand histories tomorrow. Now I feel like my head is not gonna work properly. So yeah, wish me luck tomorrow. GG. Alright guys, just got to the casino. 32 left in the 10K. Roughly 30 minutes before the tournament starts. Slept super bad last night. I think I woke up like every 90 minutes just coughing a lot. so don't feel super well at the moment, but gonna do my best. I'm actually gonna go somewhere where there's pretty quiet. I'm gonna do some meditating using Headspace, and hopefully that's gonna increase my focus today when I play. But yeah, it's impossible to play your best every single day, or absolute best, be in the zone, be in the flow. But I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna play as good as I can, and hopefully that will take me to the final table, and maybe I even bing the motherfucker, who knows. So yeah, wish me luck, and yeah, I'm gonna go. Okay guys, 10k day 3 is about to start. I have roughly 750k. Feeling actually much better than yesterday. Still feeling a bit sick, but not as devastated. I was yesterday at 2 a.m. Didn't manage to get too much sleep. I probably slept like 5 hours. But I guess the adrenaline is going to do the work, and I'm going to feel pretty good. I think we have 34 players remaining, and I'm probably somewhere between 20 and 25. I have 35 bigs. The big blind is going to be 20k. So yeah, I think situation is okay. We have a dream, and the dream is much closer than it was 2 days ago. So gonna go out there, play my best, and see where it's gonna end me or put me. Thank you. To the first break in the 10k. I have 750k, which is gonna be 25 bigs, 22 left, 38k guaranteed, 1 million up top. The goal is to make to the next break. I think there will be like 16, 15 players left in the next break, so hopefully we will see you there. Okay guys, unfortunately we ended up busting in 22nd place and cast for 38k. I don't know, feel pretty empty at the moment. Long 2 weeks. Actually my original flight was tomorrow morning 8 a.m. But decided that I will just leave tonight, and just instantly booked 11 p.m. flight back to Finland. I don't know. I guess like in the end, it's been a positive trip. It was a profitable trip, but obviously it's always a bit disappointing. I got 11th in the 2K and 22nd in the 10K. And both of those tournaments have huge first prizes, but I mean that's how it goes in tournament poker. The last hand in the tournament, we just had a redraw at a new table, and before the break we played 2 hands and I won both of them. By first of all just betting, limping small blind, betting the flop. Guy folded, the very next hand cutoff opens, I 3-bet the button, he folds, then we go to the break. And after the break, the first hand I get dealt I think, or maybe it's the second hand after break, not 100%. I get dealt ace-10 off into hijack. I open to 70k, at big blind 30k, I have 750k. Fall to the Chinese guy on the button. He makes it 180, I think. Yeah, 180. Blinds fold and back to me, and I end up ripping for 750k with ace-10, and he calls me with ace-queen, and he holds. I would say not the standard play in the end, but I think the first instinct I had in game was to jam. Like they perceive me to be aggressive. He covers me by like huge margin, so I felt like his range there, like if he gets dealt like king 9 suited or jack 8 suited or 7-6 suited, there's just so many potential bluffs for him in that scenario, and he can put a lot of pressure on me. I think he had like 1.5 to 2 million in chips, so felt like his range is wide enough that jamming ace-10 off there is gonna yield highest profit. I think we can flat. I don't think we can fold given the reads I have and like dynamic of the situation. I think ace-10 off just has too much equity versus range, and when you raise to 70 and he goes 180, the price is fucking amazing, obviously. Yeah, ended up 4-bet tripping. Don't regret it. I mean, he called with ace queen, but that's, you know, that's gonna happen depending how wide he is, from, you know, 60% to 40%. Maybe he folds even more. I don't know what like how is he gonna perceive. Let's say he gets dealt ace-7 off, or he gets dealt like jack-7 off, like how randomly he's gonna attack me. Felt in game that he's gonna go after me decently wide in that spot, so yeah, end up 4-bet tripping this time. Yeah, I think that's it. Last tournament. My flight leaves in a couple hours, so GG Barcelona, GG bitB vlogs, I guess. And depending on the feedback, I think I've been enjoying. It's just been fun doing these little interviews. But I mean, if the feedback is gonna be absolutely terrible, I don't know if we're gonna do it. But if it's gonna be good, I don't see any reason why we couldn't do something like this during maybe even W Cup, or there's gonna be Party Poker Series, I think in November. And also there's gonna be Pokerstars Championship Prague in December. I think that's super nice. Also, we'll definitely go there. And I think like 90% will go to Caribbean too. Not 100 yet, but I think it sounds like super nice. But yeah, I think we can wrap it up, the vlogs. Hopefully they have been enjoyable for you guys. And yeah, Tommy Elmerix is out. GG, flying back to Finland. Thank you guys.